Very good evening, all of you. So, welcome back to another Toppers Talk session by Geo-Destination. So, today we have Akshat Srivastav sir amongst us. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for giving your time to our students today. So,
Good evening.
good evening, sir. Okay, so before we'll go forward, so I'll just like to introduce sir to all of you. So, Sir has completed his graduation and post-graduation from the University of Lucknow, and he's also a resident of Lucknow itself. And he has secured 15th rank in the UPSC GSI examination 2024, and this was his second attempt.
Yes, ma'am. Second.
Okay. And if I'll tell about sir, तो एक बहुत ही अच्छी चीज है कि sir has got remarkable score like both in 2023 as well as 24 in the prelims examination. तो क्योंकि हमारी ये strategy session is for the prelims specifically 2025. So you are like, I think you're the best person to guide the students today. So I'll just reveal your prelims mark. So sir has secured 225 in the prelims examination 2024 and mains में 298 and interview also it's like remarkable score that's 140. So many congratulations sir again for this
Thank you so much, ma'am.
remarkable achievement. And और एक चीज है कि I think last year sir has just missed the call by just 4 marks. So we can see like how much perseverance again is very important for this. So, okay, sir, like please tell us how is your feeling right now when you're on the other side of the queue or the other side of the page. So how are you feeling right now?
Ma'am, first of all, thank you for such a wonderful introduction, and I want to thank the entire
It's our
team of
pleasure.
Geo-Destination for providing me a platform to share my experience and my happiness too. So, likewise, ma'am, you said how I'm feeling, ma'am. Actually, words cannot express that feeling. So there is a mixed type of emotions ranging from like satisfaction, relief, accomplishment of my goal, which I took during my early days of bachelor's. That this is my goal to get into a job in GSI, and that too in the officers cadre. So, ma'am, a sense of accomplishment is the major thing which I feel. I felt after my name came into the list, ma'am.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so like जैसे कि like this was your second attempt. So in that gap year, like between your first to second attempt, so many things might have changed, and so it might be a mental game altogether. So can you just tell me about that change? What made you secure rank in this particular attempt?
Ma'am, like tracing back to my like my last attempt, it was my first attempt, so I was very raw in that attempt. So but although I tried to get capitalize that attempt in a best possible manner, but ma'am, in this attempt I tried to analyze the mistakes which I have done in my previous attempt. Firstly, ma'am, to be very frank, missing by 4 marks, it was very initially I was I was unable to figure it out कि किस स्टेज में मेरे मार्क्स कम हुए हैं, बट टाइम एंड देन आई रियलाइज दैट दिस इज अ स्टेज, दिस एग्जामिनेशन हैज डिफरेंट स्टेजेस, सो देयर इज अ स्कोप ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट इन ऑल द 3 stages. So I tried to improve in like all the stages of the examination, learning from the mistakes, and experience counts a lot, ma'am. So that helped me a lot in this attempt, ma'am. My last experience. Yeah.
Okay, so sir, जैसे कि आप you were you were part of Geo-Destination in the mains as well as the interview program, if I'm not wrong.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
how was your experience with Geo-Destination like?
Ma'am, it
How
was
did it
fab.
add on? Yeah, please
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah, ma'am, it was fabulous, ma'am. This experience was like for especially for the mains, ma'am, in mains part. Like I was in the last year, I was lagging in the mains part comparatively as compared to the students who have been selected. So mains part helped me a lot by the Geo-Destination team, ma'am. So like the proper structured content, the answers of previous year students who have been selected, and they were teaching during their period also, so it helped me a lot to like how to properly write an answer, how to attempt a question, how to formalize a particular answer. So ये मैम मेरे को काफी हेल्प मिली फ्रॉम द जियो डेस्टिनेशन टीम. सो आंसर राइटिंग मैम मेंस पार्ट में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था. एंड नेक्स्ट कमिंग टू एन इंटरव्यू पार्ट मैम, इंटरव्यू में लाइक जितनी भी क्लासेस यहाँ पे अरेंज हुई, पहले तो 1-to-1 सेशन हुआ बिस्वाल सर से, एंड देन देवर लाइक क्लासेस which was being arranged for the interview purpose. So it was mainly taken by the people who are already employed in GSI or different institutions. So उनका जो practical experience है वो काफी अच्छा count हुआ मेरे उसमें. और जब आप आंसर्स देते हैं इंटरव्यू में, तो अगर आप उसमें प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट भी अपना ऐड कर देते हैं, तो दे थिंक दैट दिस गाय इज नॉट अ बुकवर्म लर्निंग द सब्जेक्ट थ्योरेटिकली, बिकॉज जियोलॉजी इज अ फील्ड सब्जेक्ट. सो प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इंटीग्रेटेड पार्ट ऑफ एन इंटरव्यू. सो इसमें मेरे को मैम काफी हेल्प मिली जियो डेस्टिनेशन से. आई वॉज पार्ट ऑफ द मॉक इंटरव्यू इन द लास्ट ईयर एज वेल of
Okay.
Geo-Destination, yeah.
Okay, so last year you were like not a part of the mains, just
No,
the
ma'am.
interview part.
Interview,
Okay,
interview. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
okay.
Hmm.
So, right. So now, जैसे कि we have like almost 30 days left, I'll say, for the prelims. 30, yeah. So we'll not count the rest 2 to 3 days. So
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
almost 30 days left. So please tell us about your prelims strategy. तो prelims के लिए आपने कैसे prepare किया था, and did you join any coaching or not? So please tell us elaborately the prelim strategy.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, firstly, I'm going to elaborate my strategy, what I studied, मतलब what I
Yes,
took
yes, yes.
in my last attempt.
Yeah.
And secondly, ma'am, I'll try to discuss what the people who are attending this session should do for the next prelims, because
Sure,
I
sure.
have done certain mistakes which I don't think that the people who are at least attending my session should like attempt. So, ma'am, firstly, talking about my strategy, what I did in my previous attempt was like I tried to revise the subjects in this 2 months time. So, ma'am, revision is an important key. So you have to revise. जो आपने पढ़ लिया वो पढ़ लिया. Don't try to mug up, like don't try to study something new in this 1 month's time. So try to do practice of as much questions as possible. Try to revise what you have learned, especially the subjects which required a lot of revision like paleontology, stratigraphy. This should be covered on daily basis. And I would suggest each and everyone, ये मैं भी मैम follow करता था, that you should study like 4 to 5 papers in a day. एक दिन में आप एक पेपर ना पढ़ के 3 से 4 पेपर आप पढ़ें डेली बेसिस पे. एंड सिंस वन मंथ इज लेफ्ट, सो जीएस शुड आल्सो बी लाइक इंक्लूडेड इन योर डेली रूटीन. like 2 hours of studying GS is very mandatory in this 1 year, in this 1 month's time. So ये बहुत important रहता है. तो मैम मैंने यही फॉलो किया था कि मैं लास्ट के 1 महीने में I was trying to revise the subjects, do practice of the question, and GS में जो है मैम daily basis पे I used to cover the portion of general studies. So ये मैंने 1 month में मैम मेरे last के 2 महीने में मैंने ऐसा कुछ plan किया था. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
And
sir, like,
I didn't join any coaching for my last attempt, ma'am, for the prelims. I was only the part of the
okay,
mains and interview. Yes, ma'am.
okay, yeah. So जैसे कि आपने GS के बारे में बताया, like many students are having doubt regarding the GS, and yes, everyone you will be getting a chance to interact with sir also. So you can whatever questions you have. Yeah, Vikas, I think wants to ask something. Okay, no, ठीक है. Okay, so you'll get a chance towards the last and ओके सर, जैसे कि बच्चों को जीएस में एक्चुअली बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स होती है. लाइक 2 to 3 इंटरव्यूज ऑलरेडी वी हैव टेकन एंड एज आई सॉ देयर. तो प्लीज आप थोड़ा सा उसके ऊपर इलैबोरेट कीजिए, करंट अफेयर्स एंड ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स. तो कैसे 1 month में हाउ टू टैकल ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स.
Ma'am, okay, like this is a very good question because general studies सबको दिक्कत करता है. And I'm not a new person. मैं भी इन्हीं students में से हूँ. अब 1 महीने में result आ गया तो I'm on the other side. But I'm going to be very raw in this session. जो मैं करता हूँ और जो मेरे अकॉर्डिंग बेस्ट चीज है मैं वो बताऊंगा मैम. लाइक अगर जनरल स्टडीज को हम पास्ट के 2 ईयर से कंपेयर करें, लाइक 2024 एंड 2023, द लेवल ऑफ द जनरल स्टडीज हैज इंक्रीज्ड मच मैम. इट इज इंक्रीजिंग ईयर बाय ईयर. सो अब उनका जो मैम यूपीएससी का जो ट्रेंड है जनरल स्टडीज के पेपर में, इफ यू एनालाइज द पेपर, सो दे आर मोर फोकसिंग ऑन द साइंस पार्ट. I'm telling the five subjects which are the most important in general studies. One is physics, one is chemistry, another one is environmental geology, fourth one is political science, fifth one is current affairs, plus some aspects of biology. These five papers are must in order to get good marks in in general studies paper. So, ma'am, a previous year questions को अगर आप analyze करें, so and in physics and chemistry as well, they are not asking direct questions. Like in 2020 to 22 paper, they were asking simple physics and chemistry like potassium cyanide क्या है या फिर ऐसे करके क्या है.
Right.
But now they are going into the numerical part of physics and chemistry and in inorganic organic reactions. So you should focus on those portion more importantly as compared to rest of the subjects. You can skip history. मैं ये क्यों कहता हूँ कि आप history को छोड़ सकते हैं. It's not a big deal.
Right.
But don't skip these portions of physics and chemistry. Numerical approach में electrostatics, electrodynamics, and this magnetism. Apart from
Vector questions are there, I think also a lot of vector questions from the
yes,
physics class. Yeah, this year itself.
free body motion, ma'am. Free body motion, it's a very important topic for physics.
Right.
And in chemistry, ma'am, periodic table, inorganic reactions, organic reactions. You should invest more time in that. Because इसके questions आने ही आने हैं. And in order to be differentiated, because ma'am, it is a comparative performance. It is not an absolute performance. आपने अच्छा किया, किसी ने आपसे और अच्छा कर दिया, he'll make into the list. You will not make into the list. So in order to get differentiated from other people, you should focus on these parts because these are very important. So मेरे according ma'am, इन 5 subjects पे बहुत focus करना चाहिए. What I feel ma'am. General studies.
Okay,
Yes ma'am.
okay, sir. And about coming to the geology part, so please कैसे आपका उसमें strategy कैसा था and mock interviews like sorry test कितने देने चाहिए for the prelims itself and how to analyze all of those things. थोड़ा सा उसके बारे में बताइए.
मैम लाइक स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा सा ब्रॉडली बताता हूँ देन आई विल गो डिग
हाँ,
डिग
sure, sure.
into it. Like the session says that it is the subject by subject analysis of geology paper. So first I'm going to tell in a broad manner and then I'll dig more deeper into what areas of a particular subject should be included. So
Sure, sure.
yes ma'am. So this like broadly ma'am, mock test is point of time pay, it's very important. So you should in an interval of 2 to 3 days you should attempt a mock test. Likewise I said in in earlier part as well that revision plus mock test and not only giving the mock test. आप mock test दिया, आपने नंबर देखे कि चलिए ठीक है आई एम रीचिंग समवेयर अबाउट 190 200 या ऐसे करके आप पहुंच रहे नंबर पे. इट्स नॉट वेरी वो इसका एम नहीं होना चाहिए. एम ये होना चाहिए कि हम मॉक टेस्ट दे रहे हैं एंड देन यू शुड एनालाइज कि भाई हमने कहाँ पे गलती की है मॉक टेस्ट में. उन क्वेश्चन जो आ रहा है वो तो आपको आएगा ही आएगा, अभी आ रहा है 1 महीने बाद भी आएगा आपको. दैट्स गुड ऑन योर पार्ट. बट मेरा मैम पर्सनली यही चीज रहता है कि जो मैं नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ मैं उस पर फोकस करूँ कि ये पार्ट कहाँ से आ रहा है, किस पेपर के किस पोर्शन किस कॉन्सेप्ट से आ रहा है एंड आई वांट टू स्टडी दिस पार्ट एंड अगले अगले मॉक टेस्ट में मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि वो पार्ट मेरा रॉन्ग ना. तो वो मैम एक स्ट्रैटेजी होनी चाहिए. एनालाइजिंग अ मॉक टेस्ट शुड बी अ प्रायोरिटी.
तो आप उसे सेक्शनल वाइज करते थे या फिर फुल मॉक फुल लेंथ मॉक टेस्ट देते थे और सेक्शनल मॉक टेस्ट?
मैम नाउ इट्स हाई टाइम डिस्कसिंग दिस बिकॉज सेक्शनल मॉक टेस्ट आपका आप अगर नवंबर अक्टूबर में मेरे से पूछते तो सेक्शनल मॉक टेस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट होते. बट अभी मैम क्योंकि आपको रिवीजन जीएस सब आपको हैंड इन हैंड लेके चलना है, सो आई फील दैट फुल लेंथ मॉक टेस्ट इस टाइम पे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो फुल लेंथ मॉक टेस्ट आर मोर इंपॉर्टेंट इन दिस टाइम. सो वन शुड focus more on the full length mock test, and in the Geo-Destination they are providing good length of good number of mock test, full length mock test, and उसमें आपकी अच्छी प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगी. You should do that.
Okay, so according to you mock test में rank is not important as of now, लेकिन mark analysis करना कहाँ पे आप गलत कर रहे हो. You can do wrong now, but that shouldn't get repeated in the exam hall.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am. Rank doesn't matter, ma'am. This is a mock test. This is a mock test. Rank doesn't matter. Matter is that you should analyze. Self-analysis is important. No teacher will come and tell you that you are doing mistake in this thing. You should analyze by yourself that I'm weak in sedimentology textural part, so I have to study the texture. So self analysis of mock test is more important. And ma'am, I guarantee and I assure you, if when you will do self analysis, you will improve. The rank of your mock test will improve. It will improve as you give more and more mock test. If you
Right.
do self analysis, अगर आप self analysis नहीं करेंगे तो आप उतने ही नंबर पाएंगे. It will be a constant. The graph will
Hmm.
not increase. It will be a constant line. So that's an important part, ma'am.
Yes, तो ऑनेस्टली अपने आप को एनालाइज करना इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ऑनेस्ट होना चाहिए प्रिपरेशन में बिल्कुल. एंड ओके सर, लाइक देन व्हाट अबाउट द जियोलॉजी पोर्शन? लाइक जियोलॉजी पोर्शन में थोड़ा सा आप उसे सेग्रीगेट करके बताएंगे,
Okay, okay,
ऑल
ma'am.
द टॉपिक्स एंड एवरीथिंग.
Okay, 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 ma'am. So I should take on like I have note down some important things, ma'am. I want to discuss with these people, with the people who are like joined this evening.
श्योर श्योर.
So, ma'am, giving any kind of UPSC exam, syllabus is very important. First of all, मैं सबसे ये कहना चाहूँगा, I'm going to be bilingual so that everyone could understand English as well as Hindi. So, to qualify any of the exam of UPSC, syllabus is very important, ma'am. And the syllabus for UPSC prelims and mains is same. Although it is written in different parts, there are 10 subjects in prelims and there is a little bit of thing written, but the questions are prepared from the main syllabus. So
ओके.
PYQ analysis is very important part in your preparation of geology. When I say PYQ, I don't mean कि ये जियोलॉजी के 4 साल के ही खाली पेपर. Apart from the papers of combined geoscientist examination from 2020 like 2020, क्योंकि prelims मैम 20 से ऐड हुआ, 2020 से ऐड हुआ है. So from
यस.
2020 to 2024 there are 5 years paper. ये 5 साल के पेपर के अलावा जो असिस्टेंट जियोलॉजिस्ट और हाइड्रोलॉजिस्ट के पेपर होते हैं, उसका भी आपको PYQ एनालिसिस करना बहुत जरूरी है, बिकॉज क्वेश्चंस 60 to 70% of the questions are repeated. When I say questions are repeated, I don't mean that the exact question repeat हो जा रहा है. Concept is repeated.
कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर रिपीटेड. या.
Concepts are repeated. 60 to 70%, or even more than that. Sometimes more than that, 70 to 80% concepts are being repeated. So PYQ, जितने भी लोग यहाँ पे ज्वाइन किए हैं, I sincerely request each and every one of you, please analyze the PYQ questions, learn each and every question by heart. क्वेश्चन लर्न करने का मतलब ये होता है दैट सपोज इन अ क्वेश्चन इट हैज बीन आस्क्ड अबाउट यूनिफॉर्मिटारिज्म. सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम यूनिफॉर्मिटारिज्म देयर इज कैटास्ट्रोफिज्म एज वेल व्हिच इज मेंशन्ड इन द ऑप्शन. सो कैटास्ट्रोफिज्म के बारे में भी आपको पता होना चाहिए, बिकॉज नेक्स्ट ईयर दे विल आस्क अबाउट कैटास्ट्रोफिज्म.
ओके.
सो दैट इज वेरी
So
इंपॉर्टेंट.
learn all the four options, not
Yes.
just the right option, but all the four options.
Sorry. Yes, ma'am. All the four
Should know
options
about that.
you should have an idea about that, because one time they'll ask about the amphibole family, and another time they'll ask about the mica family, which is there in the other option. Or in the clay mineral, there is one time they'll ask about kaolinite, another time they'll ask about spectite. So चारों options के बारे में आपको पता होना, it's very important. It's very important part. So I sincerely request each and every one of you to please analyze, study, and learn. I'm saying that, please repeat my words, learn the options of each and every paper of assistant geologist and geologist. You will realize by yourself. आप जब पेपर लगाने बैठेंगे ना, आपको खुद ही लगेगा, अरे ये तो मैंने यहाँ पढ़ा है, ये तो मैंने यहाँ पढ़ा है, ये तो मैंने यहाँ पढ़ा है. 60 to 70% of the concepts are repeated, ma'am. This is not like IIT-JAM or NET paper in which new questions are coming. Although उसमें भी बहुत ज्यादा new नहीं आते हैं, but यहाँ पे मैम concepts repeat होते हैं. So that is a very important part. Now coming into, ma'am, like starting the analysis, like the subject by subject analysis of the geology paper 2. So I have jotted down these things according to the paper, like according to the mains paper, the syllabus of mains paper. That is important, क्योंकि mains के ही syllabus से question आते हैं. prelims का syllabus वो खाली दिखने में है कि वो ऐसा है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. There is, ma'am, in prelims geochemistry is not mentioned. But every time they ask about the questions of geochemistry. Why? Because geochemistry is mentioned in the main syllabus.
Mains.
So syllabus of GSI is only the syllabus of mains. There is nothing like prelim syllabus. सब चीज mains के syllabus से ही है. So coming to that, ma'am, I have noted something down. So first portion is physical geology. हम physical geology की बात करते हैं तो wind, like all the geomorphic agents, wind, glacier, river, groundwater, and volcanoes. ये 5 चीजें इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इससे सवाल आएंगे ही आएंगे। एंड फ्रॉम वेयर यू हैव टू स्टडी, जो आपने पढ़ा है, जो कोचिंग में पढ़ाया गया है, जो आपके पास नोट्स हैं, आपके बैचलर्स के मास्टर्स के जो नोट्स हैं, उसको तो आप पढ़े ही पढ़िए, बट गो लाइन बाय लाइन ऑफ द बुक जीबी महापात्रा। मैम जीबी महापात्रा से डायरेक्टली सवाल आते हैं, like they copy paste the line, like in this year in 2024 they asked about glacial drift, like the sediments which are being carried by the glacial, so they asked about glacial drift. So line by line, ma'am, they cut copy paste from GB Mahapatra. Similar thing goes for volcano as well. In volcanoes maybe, ma'am, different types of volcanoes, the solid part like the pyroclastic materials, the lava flows, so cone in cone topography, positive and negative landforms. Please study GB Mahapatra line by line. It's my request to everyone for physical geology. At least the 5 things which I'm mentioning: wind, glacier, river, groundwater, and volcano. So आप इसको जीबी महापात्रा से जरूर पढ़िए. Apart from this, like in this we have weathering portion is also very important, like weathering and associated landforms, physical weathering, chemical weathering, and dewey crust, the landforms which are formed because of this weathering. So these are very important. तो weathering और physical geology में ये जो geomorphic agents है, इनसे सवाल आने ही आने हैं. और जीबी महापात्रा, इसके लिए आपने जहां से भी पढ़ा है उसको भी रिवाइज करिए. इसके अलावा जीबी महापात्रा, apart from that you should study GB Mahapatra as well. It's very important for physical geology. So there are 10 to 12 questions of physical geology. You will able to attempt 7 to 8 questions minimum. Correct 7 to 8 questions or 9 questions. You can attempt more than that also. So what I think that these are some of the important topics for physical geology. Now coming to structural geology. Now structural geology is a conceptual paper. आपने जो structural geology गेट और नेट में पढ़ी है, जो कोचिंग में बताया गया है आपको, उसको डेफिनेटली पढ़िए. वो conceptual पेपर है, structural चेंज नहीं होती है. वो कहीं से भी कंसेप्ट पूछेंगे आपको, अगर कंसेप्ट क्लियर है तो यू कैन एबल टू सॉल्व द पेपर्स ऑफ स्ट्रक्चरल जियोलॉजी. बट अपार्ट हैविंग सेड सो, जीएसआई का कुछ ट्रेंड है. आप पीवाईक्यू एनालाइज करेंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा दैट इन स्ट्रक्चरल जियोलॉजी दैट रूल्स ऑफ वी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. रूल्स ऑफ वी भी वो लगातार पूछता है नाउ एंड देन एंड टाइम एंड देन वो पूछता है. और उसके बाद द बेसिक क्वेश्चंस ऑफ डिप एंड स्ट्राइक, like what is the relation between true dip and apparent dip, what is the rules of V, how like a vertical bed, how it will make a contour, like how its strike will behave with the contour lines, it will be perpendicular to that. So dip, strike, rules of V, ये आप पढ़िए ही पढ़िए. it is a basic thing और ये गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. सो स्ट्रक्चरल जियोलॉजी में कंसेप्चुअल पेपर है, वो आपने जो पढ़ा है, बट इस चीज को भी ध्यान दीजिएगा, रूल्स ऑफ वी एंड लाइक बेसिक्स ऑफ डिप एंड स्ट्राइक, ये मिस नहीं होना चाहिए. नाउ कमिंग टू पेपर ऑफ सेडिमेंटोलॉजी. नाउ सेडिमेंटोलॉजी में बेसिक में हम लोग जो गेट नेट में पढ़ते हैं या फिर इवन जीएसआई में भी पढ़ते हैं, दैट इज योर लाइक सेडिमेंट्री स्ट्रक्चर, सेडिमेंट्री like texture, and classification of sedimentary rocks. These are the things which we study for sedimentology. But okay, everyone, what I feel, ma'am, this is a comparative performance. I'm saying this line by line that it is a comparative performance. आपने अच्छा किया, but you have to be differentiated from others. आपको बाकियों से अच्छा करना है. So what makes you different? What makes you different, ma'am? मैं यहाँ पे इसीलिए बैठा हूँ that I can tell them that ये सब चीजें ऐसी हैं जो मैंने एनालाइज की हैं. मैंने भी शायद पूरी तरीके से इसको फॉलो नहीं कर पाया, बट आप लोग फॉलो करेंगे तो आप लोग इसको डेफिनेटली अच्छा कर पाएंगे. आप लोग को बाकियों से अलग करना है, बाकियों जैसा नहीं करना है. मैम, टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक, सेडिमेंट्री स्ट्रक्चर सब लोग करेंगे, सेडिमेंट्री रॉक सब लोग करेंगे. बाकी लोग जो नहीं कर पाएंगे, that's what I'm going to tell, is that like in every year they are asking about ichnofacies, the concept of ichnofacies, जिसमें scolithus and all these things होती है. ichnofacies कैसे डेप्थ के साथ चेंज होती है. It is of 2 to 3 pages in Gary Nichols. Learn it. In every paper of assistant geologist and geologist you will find a question of ichnofacies. So ichnofacies आप जरूर पढ़िए, और Gary Nichols में 2-3 पन्ने का ही दिया है. It is of 2 to 3 pages. You should study from Gary Nichols. It is very important. Now, apart from ichnofacies, there are two sedimentary environments. Although sedimentary in the syllabus of sedimentary environment is not included in the prelims, but sedimentary environments, there are only two sedimentary environments which you should study for prelims. One is shallow marine and another one is deltaic environment. Delta और shallow marine environment से ये लोग questions पूछते ही पूछते हैं. सो इट विल बी अ डिफरेंशिएटिंग फैक्टर जो कि आपको बाकियों से अलग करेगा. 90% ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू डू द क्वेश्चन ऑफ इक्नोफेशिस बिकॉज वो कहीं पे नहीं आता है. सेडिमेंट्री स्ट्रक्चर, सेडिमेंट्री टेक्सचर्स और क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ सेडिमेंट्री रॉक्स ये गेट नेट में आते हैं, बट इक्नोफेशिस गेट नेट में नहीं आता है. वैसे ही शैलो मरीन और डेल्टाइक एनवायरनमेंट बहुत कम पूछा जाता है, तो ये आपको बाकियों से डिफरेंशिएट करेगा. सो यू शुड फोकस ऑन दीज थ्री टॉपिक्स व्हिच आई हैव सेड एंड जस्ट डोंट बिलीव मी रैंडमली. आप प्रीवियस ईयर्स पेपर्स जाके देखिए, उस पे भी आपको मिलेगा कि इक्नोफेशिस का सवाल हर साल आ रहा है एंड दिस शैलो मरीन एनवायरनमेंट, डेल्टाइक एनवायरनमेंट का क्वेश्चन हर बार आ रहा है. तो यू शुड स्टडी दिस थिंग्स इन ऑर्डर टू गेट डिफरेंशिएटेड फ्रॉम रेस्ट ऑफ द क्राउड. तो इन लाइक someone has asked that could you recommend any books on structural? Yes, Saloni, I guess. Like there are a number of books for structural geology, but since we are there is high time. If you are preparing for this prelims 2025, you should not go for books right now. अभी आपको बुक्स की जरूरत नहीं है बिकॉज इतना टाइम नहीं है दैट यू शुड स्टडी Hackenfossen, Twist and Moves and like MP Billings and all. There are a number of books, but if you are preparing for other examinations of 2025 apart from GSI or 2026 examination, I'm definitely going to recommend you books. Please remind me after the end of the session. Okay. So yes, where was I? Yeah, the environment portion, the shallow environment and deltaic portion. So it will be a very important part. और आप लोग खुद जाके पेपर देखिए, और if you are noting it down, please note it down, and then you can please go and analyze yourself, like analyze the papers by yourself. अपने आप जाके देख सकते हैं इसको. Now coming to paleontology. Frankly speaking, मैंने भी इस पेपर पे बहुत ध्यान नहीं दिया था paleontology पे. It's a very memorizing type of paper. और जब आप PYQ की एनालिसिस करेंगे तो आपको लगेगा कि ये लोग बहुत रैंडम क्वेश्चंस उठा रहे हैं उससे. तो आप उतने क्वेश्चंस उसमें paleontology में एटलीस्ट मैम मैं तो नहीं अटेम्प्ट कर पाता था, बट मैंने उसमें तीन पोर्शन देखे थे कि इवोल्यूशन ऑफ ह्यूमन, इवोल्यूशन ऑफ हॉर्स और इवोल्यूशन ऑफ एलिफेंट. ये तीन इवोल्यूशन से हर साल 2 से 3 सवाल आते हैं. सो यू शुड स्टडी दीज थिंग्स. ये तो आपको स्किप नहीं करना है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, आपको जो लग रहा है कि पेलियोंटोलॉजी में जितना आप कर सकते हैं, बेसिक मॉर्फोलॉजी एंड दैट कंसेप्ट ऑफ स्पीशीज एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स, आप जितना याद कर सकते हैं, इट इज अप टू यू, because it is a theoretical subject, like it is a very learning and theoretical type of subject. ये कहीं से भी questions बताते हैं. They can go into the embryonic stage of gastropoda as well, but मैं तो नहीं याद कर पाता था इस चीज को, so I'm not going to dig more into detail of paleontology. But ये तीन चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है. मैं PYQs पे ही जा रहा हूँ. तो ह्यूमन एवोल्यूशन, एवोल्यूशन ऑफ हॉर्स एंड एवोल्यूशन ऑफ एलिफेंट, 2 सवाल यू कैन नोट डाउन लाइक राइट नाउ फ्रॉम मी. 2 सवाल इस पे आने ही आने. 2 questions will be there from either evolution of human और evolution of elephant एक साथ आ जाए, या फिर human के ही 2 आ जाए, या फिर elephant के या horse के ही 2 आ जाए, बट इनमें से कोई आना ही आना है. So you should study this thing by heart. ये 2-3 सवाल गलत नहीं होने चाहिए. Now ma'am, coming to stratigraphy. In stratigraphy ma'am, like most of the people, the approach of most of the people is that they study the stratigraphic table, like from succession, the stratigraphic succession. But in GSI it doesn't work out like that. You should have some knowledge about the correlation, the stratigraphic correlation as well. Like अगर आपको पता है कि ईस्टर्न धारवाड़ क्रेटॉन में ग्रीनशियस बेल्ट की एज ये है, देन सारगुर like in the सिंघभूम क्रेटॉन, उसका कोरिलेशन वहां पे क्या होगा. And like in the when we say Craton is made up of greenschist species and this Archean greenstone belts, TTG gneisses. तो Craton मतलब ही TTG gneisses and this greenstone belts होता है. So you should have an idea about the formation of thing also. Stratigraphic correlation is very important. कि हम अगर हम आर्कियन एज की बात कर रहे हैं तो different क्रेटॉन्स और एरियाज में उसकी रॉक लिथोलॉजी कैसे हो सकती है. तो उसके लिए you should have a clear concept how the earth evolved or how the like the time scale changes from Archean to this Phanerozoic time. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस मैम, बाकी स्ट्रैटिग्राफी जो लोगों ने पढ़ी है उसको आप करिए, थोड़ा सा कोरिलेट करने की कोशिश करिए कि अगर लाइक आई एम सेइंग दैट इन धारवाड़ क्रेटॉन ये चीजें हो रही हैं, तो सिंहभूम क्रेटॉन पे उस टाइम पे क्या चीजें हो रही होंगी, because the peninsular gneisses which are there in this what we say Dharwar Craton, it is more or less of similar composition of the Singhbhum granite in this Singhbhum Craton. So उसमें आपको थोड़ा सा आइडिया होना चाहिए दैट वो कैसे सैडक्शन और उससे बन रहा है, तो थोड़ा स्ट्रैटिग्राफिक कोरिलेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अब वो चीज कहाँ से आएगी, मैंने बोल तो दिया कोरिलेशन, बट वो आएगी कहाँ से, वो प्रैक्टिस से आएगी. The more you practice the questions of stratigraphy, the thinking ability will increase. कि हाँ ठीक है, यहाँ पे ऐसा हो रहा है, वहां पे वो वैसे हो रहा है. तो थिंकिंग एबिलिटी इंक्रीज करने के लिए स्ट्रैटिग्राफी का लाइक स्ट्रैटिग्राफिक कोरिलेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस मैम, सिलेबस में लिखा हुआ है स्ट्रैटिग्राफिक यूनिट्स like the chronostratigraphic, biostratigraphic unit बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. बायोस्ट्रैटिग्राफिक यूनिट में दैट असेंबलेज जोन, एक्मे जोन और वो सब जो जोन्स होते हैं, इसको आप पढ़ के जाइए, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. वैसे तो पूरी स्ट्रैटिग्राफिक यूनिट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट बायोस्ट्रैटिग्राफिक यूनिट वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इन टर्म्स ऑफ लाइक स्ट्रैटिग्राफी. इसके अलावा लाइक प्री कैम्बियन स्ट्रैटिग्राफी, तो आपको वो जो उसकी बुक है क्या कहते हैं, स्ट्रैटिग्राफी ऑफ इंडिया वॉल्यूम 1 एंड वॉल्यूम 2, वहां से आपको प्री कैम्बियन और लाइक फेनरोजोइक की स्ट्रैटिग्राफी आपको मिल जाएगी. बट व्हाट आई सजेस्ट इज दैट फॉर फेनरोजोइक स्ट्रैटिग्राफी, लाइक स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम कैम्ब्रियन टिल दिस सीनोजोइक, वहां तक की स्ट्रैटिग्राफी यू शुड स्टडी के.एम. बांगर. There is a book called K.M. Bangar. I hope everyone knows that the book. It is a very small book, although we are not very focused on its कि यार ये तो छोटी सी बुक है, ये हम लोग बैचलर्स एमएससी में पढ़ते थे. But note my things down. Questions directly come from K.M. Bangar for Phanerozoic stratigraphy. Phanerozoic stratigraphy directly K.M. Bangar से उठा के ये लोग सवाल देते हैं. So from Cambrian till Cenozoic time, it is say about 10 to 12 pages or 15 pages maximum. आपने जहां से भी पढ़ के रखा है स्ट्रैटिग्राफी, आप उसको रिवाइज करिए. यू शुड रिवाइज द थिंग्स व्हिच यू हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडीड इन स्ट्रैटिग्राफी, बट प्लीज डू स्टडी फेनरोजोइक स्ट्रैटिग्राफी फ्रॉम के.एम. बांगर. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. क्वेश्चंस डायरेक्टली कम फ्रॉम के.एम. बांगर, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस ऑफ फेनरोजोइक स्ट्रैटिग्राफी, और कहीं से तो वो बनाते ही नहीं. वो मैम वो डायरेक्टली के.एम. बांगर से ही उठाते हैं फेनरोजोइक स्ट्रैटिग्राफी. यू कैन एनालाइज द पेपर्स, इट इज देयर. So stratigraphy portion, I have told them that you should study from K.M. Bangar, the Phanerozoic one. And for the pre-Cambrian stratigraphic correlation is very important. You should correlate how the stratigraphy of how the stratigraphy changes with the time scale. So it's very important. Study the cratons, and it's very important for that. Next, ma'am, coming to this paper of mineralogy. In mineralogy, ma'am, mineral families बहुत important है. All the mineral families of Bowen's reaction series, starting from olivine to quartz, go through all the families in a very detailed manner, because वो उसी से पूछते हैं. और खाली आपको नाम नहीं याद करना है that olivine and olivine में ऐसा ऐसा कुछ होता है, ये वो ऐसे करके, ऐसा नहीं. You should know the mineral family like back of your hand. They ask the question like tell me the solid solution series of olivine from fosterite to phyllite. They ask the solid solution series. So वो भी आपको चीज पता होना चाहिए कि what is the solid solution series of olivine and phyllite. अब उसी olivine में there are different concepts of polymorphism, isomorphism. Like since there is like a solid solution, so there will be isomorphism. तो वहां पे आपके जो different concepts है, when you will study mineral families, जब आप mineral families पढ़ेंगे, then you will realize that aluminosilicate polymorphs, तो you will have the concept of polymorphism. तो polymorphism आपको पता चलेगा. When you will study feldspar, तो in feldspar you will learn about exvolution. And you just see the paper of 2023, an assistant geologist paper. In 2023, they have asked about exvolution in plesioclase feldspar. There are three intergrowths. One is like Bogalate, one is Huttenlocher, another third one I'm unable to recall right now. There are three intergrowths. Assistant वाले paper में उन्होंने Bogalate पूछा, 2023 में उन्होंने Huttenlocher पूछा. So what I'm trying to say is that by studying the mineral families, each and every mineral family, the other concepts of mineralogy, that is polymorphism, isomorphism, and like exvolution, all the things will cover. तो वो चीज आपको पढ़ना बहुत जरूरी है, एंड 5 to 6 क्वेश्चंस विल कम फ्रॉम दिस इन लाइक इन 2024 दे आस्क्ड अबाउट स्पाइनल, कि स्पाइनल फैमिली क्या दिखाता है, उसमें पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म आइसोमॉर्फिज्म ऐसे करके आ गया। तो मैम स्पाइनल फैमिली अगर आपने पढ़ी है देन यू विल टेक आइसोमॉर्फिज्म, isomorphism. So it's very important. So mineral families you should study in a detailed manner so that other concepts of mineralogy are also cleared, like which I mentioned. Now in mineralogy there is other aspect of crystallography एंड ऑप्टिकल मिनोलॉजी। ऑप्टिकल मिनोलॉजी में आपको कुछ एड ऑन करने की जरूरत नहीं है। ऑप्टिकल मिनोलॉजी या तो आता है या तो नहीं आता है, इट्स अ वेरी दिस टाइप ऑफ थिंग, सो यू कैन नॉट एड ऑन एटलीस्ट इन दिस 1 month's टाइम। यू हैव टू स्टडी, जो आपने जिसको ऑप्टिकल आती है वो ऑप्टिकल पढ़े, जिसको ऑप्टिकल नहीं आती, दोज हु डोंट अंडरस्टैंड ऑप्टिकल मिनोलॉजी, इट इज माय सजेशन, प्लीज लीव दैट। एक दो क्वेश्चन you can just leave that because wasting time in optical mineralogy you will gain nothing, उल्टा आप नेगेटिव कराएंगे। So और जिसको ऑप्टिकल आती है then you should have no tension for that, आप उसको आप पढ़े चाहे ना पढ़े you will do it, आपका सही हो जाएगा सवाल। But coming to crystallography, now this is a very important part. I study crystallography with the help of HM symbol. I hope that सबको HM symbol के बारे में पता होगा. So I study crystallography with the help of HM symbol. And in paper they ask about the normal class of a particular crystal system and their HM symbol. सो HM सिंबल अगर किसी को समझ में आता है तो इट्स वेरी गुड, आपको फिर और कुछ दिक्कत नहीं है। यू विल ट्राई टू डू लाइक मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस व्हिच आर आस्क्ड फ्रॉम, और गलत भी नहीं होंगे वो सवाल। बट अगर किसी को नहीं आता है HM सिंबल तो व्हाट आई विल सजेस्ट इज दैट HM सिंबल ऑफ all the normal classes of 7 crystal system, जैसे टेट्रागोनल सिस्टम की जो नॉर्मल क्लास है उसका इट इज वेरी लाइक नॉर्मल, उसका जैसे टेट्रागोनल सिस्टम की जो नॉर्मल क्लास है शायद जिरकन है अगर मैं भूल नहीं रहा हूँ, तो जिरकन है, तो उसका जो HM सिंबल है 4/m 2/m 2/m, उसको आप याद कर लीजिए। From 7 crystal systems they will only ask about the normal class, but having said so, इन क्यूबिक क्रिस्टल सिस्टम वो 5 क्लासेस होती हैं क्यूबिक सिस्टम की अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस नॉर्मल क्लास। सो क्यूबिक सिस्टम की 5 क्लासेस का आप HM सिंबल याद कर लीजिए। इट इज नॉट वेरी टफ, मतलब ठीक है, अगर आपको समझ में आता है तो इट्स वेरी गुड फॉर यू, और अगर नहीं समझ में आता है तो एटलीस्ट उसको याद कर लीजिए। सो आई एम रिपीटिंग वंस अगेन, फॉर HM सिंबल इन क्रिस्टलोग्राफी, normal classes of each and every crystal system, 7 crystal systems, and for cubic crystal system all the classes, like 5 classes are there in cubic crystal system and 32 classes in total. So 5 classes of cubic crystal system and all the normal classes of rest of the system, इसका आपको HM symbol याद होना चाहिए। एक दो सवाल आपके फंस जाएंगे उससे, that's very like important for this crystallography and mineralogy portion. Now coming to geochemistry. Geochemistry is not mentioned in the Vineet has asked, ma'am, from where we can do mineral family. Okay, Vineet, I have studied mineral family from the book called Cleans. So like it is a very lengthy book, but क्वेश्चन उससे डायरेक्ट बनते हैं। बट अगर आपने ऑलरेडी पढ़ के रखा है मिनरल फैमिली, यू हैव नो प्रॉब्लम। अगर आप फर्स्ट टाइम पढ़ने जा रहे हैं देन आई थिंक दैट मैम यहाँ पे मिनोलॉजी किसी ने टेकअप की होगी, देयर शुड बी सम नोट्स रिगार्डिंग दैट मिनोलॉजी, आई होप।
Yes, Geo-Destination में notes भी होंगे, right?
If there are notes of Geo-Destination, like if there are some notes regarding this mineral family in Geo-Destination, you should go for that. और अगर आपने पहले से पढ़ के रखी, यू हैव आइडिया अबाउट मिनरल फैमिली, और आपको थोड़ा सा ऐड ऑन करना है, तो मैं क्लीन्स बुक रेफर करूंगा। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बुक है, यू शुड स्टडी फ्रॉम दिस बुक, उससे डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चंस आते हैं। एंड मैम आई हैव अ पीपीटी आल्सो, आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर विद सर और समवन एल्स, सो आप वो मैम आप ग्रुप पे डाल दीजिएगा, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मैम, वहां से भी क्वेश्चंस आ जाते हैं फॉर मिनरल फैमिली। ओके, सो yeah, where was I? Geochemistry. Yeah, geochemistry ma'am is very important because geochemistry ma'am it is not written in the syllabus. तो बच्चे जो prelims का syllabus पढ़ के जाएंगे they will not study geochemistry, but geochemistry is written in the mains and every time there is question of geochemistry. Every time there is question of geochemistry. So geochemistry आपने नेट और गेट के लिए जो geochemistry पढ़ी है उसको उतना ही रखिए। It is again a conceptual subject. There is nothing to add on much to it. But meteorites you should study. Meteorites is a very important topic, and GSI is aiming to do some extraterrestrial studies on meteorites. So it is a very hot shot topic. So meteorites, learn by heart. In 2024, they asked about the questions about chondrules and all these things. So meteorites is a very important thing. आप उसको by heart पढ़ के जाइए. And बाकी geochemistry, KD coefficient, partition coefficient, the questions related to that. So yeah, someone has, yes, Amar, is asteroid mapping
Okay.
and things. Yeah, something like that. Exactly. So meteorites is very important, ma'am. It's a hot shot topic, so they'll definitely go for it. So you should study meteorites and geochemistry. It is overlapping. आपने GateNet में you have studied the basic concepts of geochemistry, so that is overlapping. You should not like add on something it. You need not to memorize the dates and all these things like the half-life period and all these things. उसको आप छोड़ दीजिए, उसको रिवाइज करने की जरूरत नहीं है. But the concepts like how the earth evolved and with the evolution of the earth, SM किस में mantle में ज्यादा है, ND crust में ज्यादा है, या फिर rubidium crust में ज्यादा है, ND crust में कम है. So you should like this evolution of the earth with SMND and rubidium strontium method. It is very important. In 2022, they also asked about the question of rubidium strontium in SMND method. There was a square diagram. If you have studied geochemistry, you will be able to know that which diagram I am talking. So epsilon ND and rubidium strontium ratio, and they ask about the different types of magmas, like MORB में कौन सा rich होगा, in continental flat basalt में कौन सा ज्यादा होगा, bulk earth में क्या होगा. तो दिस इज अ कॉन्सेप्चुअल थिंग अगेन. आप एक महीने में नहीं पढ़ सकते उसको, बट अगर आपने पढ़ा हुआ है उसको, देन इट विल बी वेरी इजी फॉर इट. डोंट स्किप इट, उसको रिवाइज करना है. डोंट स्किप जियोकेमिस्ट्री की, अरे जियोकेमिस्ट्री सिलेबस में नहीं आएगा, नहीं वो आएगा सवाल. इट विल डेफिनेटली कम. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट जियोकेमिस्ट्री. Now coming again to like igneous petrology. In igneous petrology, magma types, the first thing which is mentioned in igneous petrology is magma types and evolution. So magma types and evolution में क्या है? Magma types में different types of magmas होते हैं, primary magma, parental magma and all these things. वो आपको पता होना चाहिए. And evolution में differentiation, magmatic differentiation process. आपके Geo-Destination के ऐप में मैंने भी देखा है that there is a very detailed explanation given by I think मैम मनसा मैम, I think if I'm not wrong. So उनने जो है उसको पढ़ाया है और उसकी PPT भी है. Magmatic differentiation, it is very important. Please study magmatic differentiation process, the different processes of open and closed system diversification processes of magmatic differentiation, like flow segregation and convective mantle flow, and all these things you should study from that PPT. It is very important. And it is the best thing which is available on the app of Geo-Destination. So उसको आप पढ़ के जाइए, आप देखेंगे हर साल क्वेश्चन आता है मैग्मेटिक डिफरेंशिएशन से. So igneous petrology, magmatic differentiation is very important, and it will be a differentiating factor for you guys. क्योंकि मैम मैं जब पहली बार देखा तो मुझे लगा कि ये तो चीज मैंने पढ़ी ही नहीं थी, बट when I studied again, and because मैम इस ईयर के लिए भी मैं पढ़ रहा था. अब इसका रिजल्ट मैम जैन में आया है, सो आई वाज नॉट वेरी श्योर मैम कि मैं हो पाऊंगा कि नहीं हो पाऊंगा. सो वन शुड बी लाइक प्रिपेयर फॉर द नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट एज वेल. तो मुझे अब रियलाइज हुआ कि मैग्मेटिक डिफरेंशिएशन प्रोसेस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. हर साल सवाल आता है फ्लो सेग्रीगेशन और उस पे करके. तो you should study this magma types and evolution. It is very important for that. So and apart from this, IUGS classification तो मुझे लगता है सब लोग पढ़ते ही होंगे. It is a basic thing, IUGS classification of rocks and basic phase diagrams. Like जो phase diagrams के basics हैं वो आपको clear होने चाहिए, because they ask something what is co-tectic line, what is eutectic and all these things. And igneous textures. जब मैं टेक्सचर की बात करता हूँ तो टेक्सचर सारे प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी एंड द रीजन फॉर द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ टेक्सचर्स, कैसे टेक्सचर्स फॉर्म हो रहे हैं, ऑल दी 3 स्टेजेस ऑफ न्यूक्लिएशन, क्रिस्टल ग्रोथ, डिफ्यूजन एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स. तो ये टेक्सचर्स का पोर्शन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ये बेसिक्स हैं. मेरे को लगता है कि काफी अच्छे से आप लोग नेट गेट के लिए तैयारी करते हैं. सो यू प्रिपेयर इट वेल फॉर नेट एंड गेट, सो यू विल हैव नो प्रॉब्लम. बट कीप ऑन रिवाइजिंग द टेक्सचर्स, कीप ऑन. व्हाट इज रापा कीवी, व्हाट इज मिर्मिकेटिक, व्हाट इज द रीजन for intergrowth texture, what are different types of like intergrowth textures. So it is very important. Keep on revising the textures, keep on revising, क्योंकि this will fetch you like good marks. ये खूब marks आपको देके जाएंगे, गलत नहीं होगा इसमें. So that was all for igneous petrology. If I'm missing out something, you can analyze again the PYQs. But जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये तो करना ही करना है. It will be a like game changer for you in the prelims. What I believe. So now coming to metamorphic petrology. Now metamorphic petrology दो parts में divided है. One is metamorphic petrology itself, and another part is thermodynamics. I consider thermodynamics apart from like different from metamorphic petrology. कुछ लोग उसमें include करते हैं, GSI भी include करता है, but thermodynamics is a different concept. What I believe. So जो नॉर्मल मेटामॉर्फिक पेट्रोलॉजी है उसमें मेटामॉर्फिक फेशीज एंड जोन्स, बरूवियन जोन्स एंड मेटामॉर्फिक फेशीज, उस पे तो क्वेश्चंस आने ही आने हैं. Like 3 to 4 questions it will be there from metamorphic facies and metamorphic zones. But again, having said so, ये सब लोग करेंगे. 90% now the competition is increasing day by day, day by day. Everyone knows about the paper, everyone knows about different facies. There are so much online resources, so everyone will study these metamorphic facies and zones. They will do the questions. आप लोग भी करेंगे. Now what is the differentiating factor? Differentiating factor is the thermodynamics part, the entropy, then enthalpy, the geothermobarometry. Like they asked about the geothermobarometry in this 2024 paper. They asked what is the reaction for geothermometer, that is the exchange reaction. So ये जो thermodynamics वाला aspect है, that is entropy, enthalpy, and this geothermobarometry, it is very important. It will be a differentiating factor जो कि आप 2 से 3 questions उसके आप कर ही पाएंगे. It will be a like very important part for like metamorphic petrology.
Metamorphic.
And third thing is metamorphic reactions. These are the tie line reactions. अगर आपको tie line का concept पता है कि the tie line will not Sheshapu, okay, you message that. Please sorry if I'm unable to take your name, but you message that where did I get journal study notes for 5 topics? I guess ma'am has already taught general
Yes.
studies. Yes, I
Yes.
have also like
Yes,
sir
and
added.
available in the application only. Geo-Destination application में ही available है आपका.
Yes ma'am. मैम सर ने मुझे इस वाले बैच में भी 2025 में ऐड किया था, तो मैंने भी आपके
Okay.
केमिस्ट्री और फिजिक्स के लेक्चर्स देखे हैं. तो जितना
Okay.
मैं तो आपसे यही कहूंगा, लाइक जो मैम ने पढ़ाया वही आप पढ़ लीजिए. इट इज मोर देन इनफ. Ma'am has covered the yes, ma'am has covered the topic in a very holistic manner. You should study that. So you should study that. Okay, thank you. So metamorphic reactions. I was there on metamorphic reactions. So in metamorphic reactions, like the tie line concept, it is very important. Tie line concept अगर आपको पता है, then it will be very easy for you. And अगर आपको tie line concept नहीं पता है, don't try to learn the metamorphic reactions. Please, it is my humble request. Don't try to learn the metamorphic reactions. Leave that question. You will do it negative. वो आपको लगेगा दैट इट इज एन टर्मिनल रिएक्शन, सॉलिड सॉलिड, नेट ट्रांसफर चेंज रिएक्शन, आपको लगेगा, बट इट विल नॉट बी लाइक सो. मैंने नेगेटिव किया था इस बार, इसलिए मैं आपको अपने एक्सपीरियंस से शेयर कर रहा हूँ. आई ट्राई टू mug up these things for this 2024 prelims attempt. Although I studied for the main, so I realized that I made a mistake in my 2024 attempt. But what I realize is that don't try to mug up the reactions. If you feel that you have understood the concept of tie lines, then only go and attempt the questions. Otherwise, don't try to like do the questions in any ऐसे ही कर दिया जाके. That's not a point for that. Now coming to geodynamics. Now geodynamics, again, it is not mentioned in the syllabus, but still it is there in the main syllabus. So they ask the questions every time. There is like questions on plate margins, and especially convergent plate margins and the terms which are related to convergent plate margins, like off scrapping, accretion, underplating. You go and see the papers of assistant geologist, the assistant geologist paper of 2023. They asked about the question related to off scrapping, and then in GSI 2024 there was a question related to underplating. Although I made a mistake, I attempted it wrong, but I realized that these are the questions which are repeated. So geodynamics, plate margins, only study plate margins. Leave the concepts of that seafloor spreading and this supercontinent cycle. We'll study this in mains. Okay, this is no problem. But like for prelims, plate margins, all the 3 types of plate margins and the features which are associated with the plate margins, like in strike slip fault, there is like pull apart basins and all these things. So the features and structures which are associated with the plate margins is very important, and especially convergent plate margins and the terms related to it of scrapping, accretion, underplating, एंड लाइक जियोडायनेमिक्स में ये प्लेट मार्जिन एक काफी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट प्ले करेगा. नाउ कमिंग टू इकोनॉमिक जियोलॉजी. इकोनॉमिक जियोलॉजी में यू शुड स्टडी द बेसिक्स ऑफ द ओर फॉर्मिंग मिनरल्स एंड देयर जेनेसिस, कि क्रोमाइट मिनरल की जेनेसिस कैसे हुई, व्हाट आर द minerals which are formed because of the magmatic processes, what are the minerals which are formed because of hydrothermal, what are sedimentary. So the genesis part is very important in this economic geology, because they ask 1 to 2 questions related from the genesis portion, that chromite is formed because of this, what we say, gravity settling or Soret effect, and hydrothermal deposits may, what are the different types of cavity filling deposits or replacement deposits. So ये बहुत एक important portion हो जाता है. एंड जेनेसिस के ही पोर्शन में आपका ओर के टेक्सचर्स आते हैं, डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ टेक्सचर्स ऑफ ओर्स विच आर लाइक this saddle and reef structure, and like crustification. Like this year also there was a question on crustification, cockade texture. So the texture of ore is also very important, or textures like Widsman satin texture, these are very important textures. तो ये textures आपको कहाँ से पढ़ना है, आपने जहाँ से पढ़ के रखा है ऑलरेडी, वैसे तो उसकी स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स होती हैं, बट अगेन KM बांगर में 4 से 5 पेजेस हैं. देयर आर 4 to 5 पेजेस इन KM बांगर. You should study from these 4 to 5 pages in KM Bangar. The textures, they directly ask the questions of ore textures in KM Bangar. So आपने जो जहां से पढ़ के रखा है, it is an add-on. KM, I'm not saying that go and refer only KM Bangar. Wherever you have studied your texture portion, if you have studied it, then first revise that portion, but please do add on the portions of KM Bangar, because ma'am, theoretically line कहीं कहीं अलग अलग लिखी रहती, so we are unable to make it out. So KM Bangar, there are 4 to 5 pages. They are very, like, it is very important. And those of you who have not studied texture at all, please go and study at least the 5 pages of KM Bangar. If you are, if you have good luck, then like it can हो सकता है कि एक दो सवाल फंस जाए, मिल जाए एक दो सवाल. So like 4 to 5 pages of KM Bangar, I sincerely insist that you should study. Okay. And like stock work, saddle reef, I mentioned it earlier. Now coming to fuel geology. Fuel geology mein there are 2 things, coal and petroleum. So what you have to study coal, what you have to study about coal, only the basics of coal. The basics of coal. And secondly, the microlithotypes, the micro or the macrolithotypes of coal, that is like the different layers, vitrine, urane, fusane, garane. इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा आपको पढ़ना है. And like the minerals, if you have studied about minerals से question आते ही आते हैं, vitrinite, exenite, inertinite, these minerals. So it will be a differentiating factor for you guys, because minerals कोई नहीं पढ़ता है, ये मेंस का टॉपिक है. But if you study minerals, you will do surely 2 to 3 questions for sure for coal geology. मैं भी नहीं कर पाता था minerals के question, because I also leave it. But if you have like the time and time permits, and if you have that potential, please go and study about minerals. But minerals के अलावा like the basics of coal and the microlithotypes, vitrine, garane, urane, fusane, that is very important. ये आप कोल को कोल में पढ़ के जाना है. Apart from that, we have fuel geology. In fuel geology, sorry, this petroleum geology. Sorry, I'm very, very sorry. Petroleum geology. So in petroleum geology, only the basics and the different terms which are related to the formation of petroleum, like catalytic, thermal cracking, catalytic cracking. What is these? What are these things? So ये जो basic formation है, trap rock, source rock, cap rock. So these things, only the basic part of petroleum, nothing else. बाकी अगर आएगा तो फिर वो कोई नहीं कर पाएगा. बट बेसिक्स जो हैं वो आप एटलीस्ट करके जाएंगे, तो इट विल बी अ वेरी like game changer for you. And coming back to hydrology, like the last portion is hydrology. So in in hydrology, वैसे तो क्वेश्चंस बहुत बेसिक पूछते हैं, न्यूमेरिकल पूछते हैं, like they ask about porosity, permeability, different types of porosity, different types of permeability, and transmissivity, and all these things. It is a basic thing. If you know hydrology, then it will be very easy for you, and you will able to do 5 to 6 questions. Now, what the tough part comes कहाँ पे आता है, जब वो storage coefficient, specific yield, इन सब कोई questions के बारे में पूछते हैं. And these questions they directly copy and paste from a book which is called Sanjay Akhori. और Akhori is a book. हो सकता है मैं prefix गलत नाम ले रहा हूँ, but the book name is Akhori. So in Akhori there are last 4 to 5 chapter, like 4 to 5 or 3 to 4 chapters in Akhori, in which there are formulas of specific yield, specific retention, storage coefficient, and hydraulic conductivity, and all these things. They directly copy paste the questions from that, directly line by line. So in order to do all the 10 questions of hydrology, please study the 3 chapters of Sanjay Akhori, or Akhori. The book name is Akhori. So it will be very useful for you guys. You will able to attempt like 90% of the hydrology paper. 90%. Like 10 में से you can attempt 8 to 9 questions for sure. Or 12 अगर आ गए, क्योंकि this time the seats of hydrology has increased for assistant in this. I believe that the questions of hydrology will be from 12 to 14 questions. So you should study hydrology in a detailed manner, and in order to attempt more questions, basic questions के अलावा, please study 3 to 4 pages of Akhori. Okay, we can reach it, search it. Okay, it is Akhori. I'm going to search the spelling for that. I'll share it. I'll share the book to sir. Okay, I'll share the book to sir. But okay, I'll type it. Let me type. Yes, artificial recharge of groundwater. I think it is mentioned in Akhori, and if it is not mentioned in Akhori, you should go for that Mindology book name. Okay, I'll share you. I'll show you. I'll show. Okay. Ma'am, the questions are coming from that Akhori book. Okay. Like Akhori mein, like the 3 to 4. Yeah, Sanjay, like this. Yeah, Sanjay Akhori. Yeah, it's correct. And I'm like unable to recall the name of the chapter, but there are last 3 to 4 chapters. When you will open the book, you will understand by yourself that where specific yield, where specific retention, storage coefficient, storativity, and these things are written. And that question of artificial recharge of groundwater, I think it is not mentioned in this Akhori. You should study Todd for it. टॉड में आर्टिफिशियल रिचार्ज बहुत अच्छे से दिया हुआ है फॉर टॉड, लाइक इट्स अ स्टैंडर्ड बुक फॉर हाइड्रोलॉजी, एंड यू शुड स्टडी टॉड. बट लाइक इफ यू हैव टाइम देन डेफिनेटली यू शुड स्टडी टॉड. उसमें तो आता ही आता है. एंड बाकी आप वो अखौरी के 3 चैप्टर्स आप खोल के देखिए. यू शुड स्टडी द 3 chapters of अखौरी. There are last 3 chapters. You will understand by yourself. Like I'm unable to recall the name of the chapters, but it is like some other terms related to hydro. I'm sorry, I'm unable to recall right now the name of the chapters. I'm really very sorry for that. But it is last 3 to 4 chapters. You will when you will open the book, you will understand by yourself. Up previous year, open the paper of 2020. I'm telling you, please open the paper of GSI Prelims 2020, the hydrology portion, and open the book Akhori. You will see it is copy pasted. Just ma'am, word by word, line by line, it is copy pasted. So you will understand by yourself from there. So that was for hydrology. I guess ma'am, I've covered like all the topics which are related to the paper of prelims. And yes, ma'am, I think I have covered most of the things. And if I have left anything, I guess मेरे से पहले भी all लोगों ने दिया. Yeah. So.
Yes, now, okay, so thank you so much, sir. आपने इतना elaborately cover किया है all the details, all the nitty-gritties. तो
Yes,
अभी
ma'am.
अगर किसी को कुछ भी डाउट है, you can ask sir. आप अनम्यूट करके पूछ सकते हो, या फिर आप चैट बॉक्स में टाइप भी कर सकते हो. Any smallest question, कोई भी आपको डाउट है, because it's high time now.
Yes, please, it's my request. अगर please feel free to ask me, because I'm also a student. Ma'am is mentioning me sir, but I'm just consider me your friend, nothing else. I was also preparing for from till 22 of December, and after 23rd of December my name came in the list, and then I stopped preparing for this examination. But 22 तक मैं भी आप लोग की तरह ही साथ में ही पढ़ रहा था. I was preparing for the test as well. So please feel free to ask me as a friend, please. Sweetie
Please
Sharma, how
continue.
to revise GS in last month? Okay, sweetie, I mentioned it earlier. GS में जो 5 topics मैंने आपको बताया, I hope you have mentioned. चलो again I am repeating. Physics, chemistry. Uh, Ritisha, I'll come to you. Please. First, I'm going to answer about Sweetie. Okay, so I'm going to come to you, Ritisha. What I was saying? Yeah, physics, chemistry, environmental science, and polity, and current affairs and biology. तो वो आपको पोर्शंस पढ़ने हैं 5. एंड फॉर दैट जीएस को रिवाइज करने के लिए प्लीज डोंट स्किप जीएस इवन फॉर अ डे. Okay, Simran, I'm coming to you. Yeah, please, I'm coming to you. So, क्या कहते हैं, हाँ, तो उसको आपको डेली पढ़ना है. यू शुड स्टडी जीएस एट लीस्ट फॉर 2 hours ऑन डेली बेसिस. दैट्स अ की, नथिंग एल्स. आपको उसके अलावा और कोई प्लीज डोंट स्किप जीएस. जीएस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. प्लीज डोंट स्किप इट एट लीस्ट फॉर नाउ when 1 month is left or 1 month is left. आप सुन, मेरी पर्सनल स्ट्रैटेजी ये थी कि मैं सोने से पहले 2 घंटा पढ़ता था जब मैं पूरा काम कर लेता था. सो ट्राई टू स्टडी फॉर दैट. ओके, सो ओके, एक मिनट. ओके, कमिंग टू, I should now, I think I should open the chat box. Okay, so
Yes.
sir, please guide for chemistry as well. Till which grade it is sufficient, as I am very weak in chemistry. Ritisha, ma'am has covered chemistry in a very holistic manner. I will suggest you that please go through the notes of that. And in chemistry they are going to till the standard of 11th and 12th. Till 2022 they were really concerned with the 8th and 9th standard only. But after 2022 they are going into digging deep into the organic as well as in the inorganic chemistry. And if you have any problem, you should consult ma'am and the notes which are provided by ma'am. It is very holistic manner. You will able to do maximum of the questions of chemistry. Okay, so Simran, where to study foraminifera, hominidae, and sedimentary environment? Okay, Simran, for sedimentary environment, you should study this Gary Nichols book. And in sedimentary environment, Gary Nichols is the best book. And questions are directly copied even in the prelims and in the mains from the sedimentary environment. For foraminifera and hominidae, I think like. Like RM Black, I'm unable to recall which book I referred for because I made notes and I used to revise that notes only. But I think it is Amal Das Gupta and RM Black. These 2 books are very important. Okay, so you should study from these. And apart from that, please go and study and see the notes of Geo-Destination, because last moment पे notes ही बहुत important होते हैं. और notes पे मेरे को लगता है मैम जो faculty ने यहाँ पे पढ़ाया होगा, they would have covered in a very detailed manner. Okay, and apart from that, I think RM Black and this Amal Das Gupta, it will be very important. Okay, so you should study from that. So, and please go and study the notes which are provided in the app of Geo-Destination. Okay, Seema, sir, please suggest me reference book for upcoming GSI exam. Seema, can you please clear it whether you are preparing for 2025 or 2026? Because reference books right now, it is a very ambiguous question. So it will be like, okay, sir, engineering geology important topics if it comes. Okay. Navneet, that is a very good question, because in engineering geology, they used to ask in assistant geologist. So I'm not denying with the fact that it will not come in the prelims. So in engineering geology, dam, tunnel, and engineering properties of the rocks. I'm repeating it once again. Dam, tunnels, and engineering properties of the rocks. In dams, they ask very basic question: what is art dam? What is this the different types of dams, arc dams, and this buttress dam, and all these things. So yeah, so different types of dams, tunnels, and engineering properties of the rocks. That's it. इसके अलावा और कुछ नहीं पढ़ना है आपको इंजीनियरिंग जियोलॉजी में. And Shubha Singh, okay. Good evening, sir. First of all, congratulations for your success. Oh, thank you, Shubha. Sir, now I am in MSc first year. Sir, I'm going to be give exam in 2026. Okay, so please tell some strategy to clear this exam in first attempt. I guess because I have not any idea how to start. Shubha, I'm going to share. I'm there in the WhatsApp or Telegram group of Geo-Destination. I think we'll address this question. You can contact me personally. We can address this question sometimes afterwards, because the session is focused on the UPSC GSI 2025 prelims. But definitely, I'm going to guide you in a very holistic manner. You please contact me through the Telegram or WhatsApp. I'm there in the group which is added. Okay, which is there. Geology. Okay, that's nice name, I guess. What type questions come from binary phase diagram in igneous petro? I said, like in binary phase diagram, what's your name? Okay, Geo, I'm going to address you through Geo. So Geo, in binary phase diagram, they ask about what is eutectic point. Eutectic point mein, what are the textures which are characteristic of eutectic point, and what is cotectic line, what is eutectic point, the degree of freedom in eutectic point, cotectic line, the degree of freedom in the liquid state, in the solid state, what is complete solid solution, what is limited solid solution, what is exsolution. These are the things. I hope the terminologies you are acquainted with it. Okay. Navneet Bhaskar, thanks, sir. Okay. Okay. Ritisha, what was your schedule to cover all these subjects in second attempt? What adjustment or things you changed after your first attempt, sir? How did you manage? Please share with us. Thank you. Okay, Ritisha. A schedule to cover all these topics. Ritisha, like I said, please don't take a single, like it was my strategy. If you're going to follow me, please don't take a single subject. एक बार में एक subject नहीं पढ़ना है. At least for this 1 month time. And even if when I wish that you will qualify for mains, and mains में भी मैं यही कहूँगा कि you should study at least 2 papers in a day. एक paper एक दिन में अगर करेंगे तो we have this exam is time constraint, and you have to, like, अगर papers भी आप दे रहे हैं तो your mind should be spontaneously flipping from one question to other question. So my schedule was that I divided my day on daily basis, like on daily target में अपना set करता था, and I used to study at least in this 1 month's time. I used to study 4 to 5 subjects in a day: paleontology, stratigraphy, and mineral, and mineralogy. These 3 subjects I used to study on daily basis, because these subjects need revision. They are like completely याद करने वाले subjects हैं. So you should study these subjects on daily basis. And GS, I said that सोने से पहले, before I go to off to my bed, I used to study GS for 2 hours. And for one hour you just divide the subjects. Like for 1.5 hours I'm going to study igneous petrology, another 1.5 hours I'm going to study metamorphic petrology, and in the evening I'm going to study paleontology and all these stuffs. Okay, I hope you got it. Aman Kumar, how do you tackle self-doubt, the idea of failures? Aman, what I have heard, like these are not my words. Failure teaches you, and success, like, it boosts your confidence. So failures are very important in order to gain confidence. Okay, self doubt definitely होता है. आपको लगता भी है कि मैं कहाँ पे lacking कर रहा हूँ. It is a very competitive exam. So self doubt definitely होता है, but believe in that. When you will succeed, everything will be worth it. Everything will be worth it. Believe me that. मैं अभी success, मतलब अभी मेरा नाम list में आया है, and I'm still not able to digest it. So failures are very important. Last time I missed the selection by 4 marks, and I was very dejected, demotivated. So self doubt to hota hi hai, but you have to carry on. This is a complete marathon, and I wish that you will definitely succeed in covering this loop. Okay. And now, yeah, now coming Arpita, how many questions we should attempt in the Arpita, that is a very good question. I used to I thought that I would mention it and I forget mentioning this thing. Okay. So Arpita, the competition is increasing day by day. Okay. So you cannot attempt 70 to 80 questions. Considering that I'm going to attempt only the questions which I know, because no one has 800% accuracy. सो मिनिमम व्हाट आई सजेस्ट, प्लीज तुक्का नहीं मारना है, मेरी बात को कोई गलत नहीं लेगा, प्लीज डोंट टेक मी रॉन्ग, तुक्का किसी को नहीं मारना, बट ट्राई टू टेक कैलकुलेटेड रिस्क, जितना रिस्क आप ले सकते, मतलब ट्राई टू टेक अ कैलकुलेटेड रिस्क, एंड इफ यू हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ एलिमिनेशन टेक्निक, ट्राई टू कवर दीज, लाइक ट्राई टू यूज दैट टेक्निक्स, एंड अपना थोड़ा सा उस तरीके से आप क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट करिएगा. बट प्लीज डोंट टेक मी रॉन्ग, आप लोग प्लीज ज्यादा अटेम्प्ट करने के चक्कर में जो क्वेश्चन एकदम नहीं आता वो मत अटेम्प्ट करिएगा, जिसमें डाउट हो रहा है मत करिएगा. बट इफ यू आर थिंकिंग दैट यू आर एबल टू cut down 2 to 3 options among the 4 options, please go for that questions, because by attempting 80 to 85 questions it will be very difficult, because no one has 100% accuracy. So try to attempt as much as possible. Okay. Okay, Anchit sir, first of all, congratulations for your feat and thank you so much for this amazing session. Thank you so much, Anchit. It was nice interacting with you. Sir, how to manage time, as you said that take up 4 to 5 subjects daily? It doesn't seem possible with college. So how should I manage my time along with college? Uh, yeah, Anchit, I think it is like if you are going to college, it is very difficult to take up these to channelize the time in taking up 4 to 5 subjects. But if you are aiming to clear the GSI prelims, I think you should take a break from the college for this, at least this month, and try to avoid going to college. And if it is not very mandatory, and try to sit back at home and study. This is the only thing, because if you are going to college, your 4 to 5 hours will be invested in that thing. So taking up 4 to 5 subjects will be impossible. It will not be difficult, it will be impossible. That is very true. So for 1 month, I think you should try to avoid going to college, or if it is not very mandatory. Okay. Okay, Abhishek, sir, please mention your strategy on exam day and bubbling for the geology part. Okay, Abhishek, that's again a very good question. On the exam day, like मेरे साथ जो problem है, I'm going to first share my problem. When I tallied my answer sheet with the official answer key of UPSC, which is available, 4 to 5 questions, I made very silly mistakes. That is controlling your breath. Controlling your breath is very important. Please don't get anxious. जैसे आप क्वेश्चन पढ़ रहे हैं, आपके पास काफी टाइम रहेगा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने के लिए. प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन, ट्राई टू होल्ड योर ब्रेथ, think, analyze, and then mark the question. Okay. And yeah, bubbling for the geology part, what I strategize is that I used to do 20 questions at a time. So 20 questions मैं पहले अपने क्वेश्चन बुकलेट में मार्क कर लेता था, एंड देन आई यूज्ड टू जॉट डाउन ऑन दिस व्हाट वी से OMR शीट. सो इट इज अप टू यू. कुछ लोग होते हैं वो डायरेक्टली करते हैं, कुछ लोग होते हैं वो लास्ट में करते हैं, बट लास्ट में मैं सजेस्ट नहीं करूंगा करना कि यू आर वेटिंग फॉर द लास्ट 10 minutes टू बबल, बिकॉज इट विल इंक्रीज योर एंग्शियसनेस और उसमें सिली मिस्टेक्स हो सकती है. दैट मिस्टेक आई मेड इन माय 2023 attempt. So 2 questions I filled the wrong bubble, which costed my selection. So please don't do that. At least divide your question paper into 20 questions, if so you are following my strategy. Okay, Simran, please suggest some important topics for environment and biology. Okay, for environmental science, I think some of the conventions in the last portion of environment, the conventions are very important. So because they ask about different type of conventions, the Kyoto protocols and conventions, and the starting part of environment, that is your ecotone and all these things, which are the basic terminologies of environmental geology, and the series of nivation and all these things. So the starting of environmental geology and the ending, the middle part, the red book and all these things, although questions come from this, but I'll feel that it is not very feasible कि आप वो वाला portion करिए. But the starting of the environmental geology and the ending portion, the different types of protocol, Kyoto Protocol, Paris Agreement, and different types of things like that, it is very important. So वो protocols और वो जरूर पढ़िएगा, और starting portion, ecotone and this pyramid question. There is pyramid in environmental geology as well. So that inverted pyramid किसमें होता है, straight pyramid किसमें होता है, that is very important. And for biology, cell theory and nervous system and this what I think it's excretory system. No, excretory nahi, it's circulatory system. Circulatory system is very important. Circulatory arteries, veins, and all these things, it is very important. Okay. Okay, Ritisha, thank you very much, sir, for answering and sharing your experience. Oh, thank you so much, Ritisha. It was my pleasure. Soumya, first of all, congratulations, sir. Thank you, Soumya. Thank you so much, sir. How many questions should we attempt in GS paper? Okay, Soumya, in GS paper, you should target, like, considering the paper of 2023 and 2024, like 30 to 35 marks will be very good. Although I have not scored these many marks in both my attempts, but since the competition, again I said, it is increasing day by day, so 30 to 35 marks would be a very good score in GS. And for getting 30 to 35 marks, you should at least attempt more than 60 to 65 questions. But again I am saying, please everyone, don't take me wrong, कोई भी तुक्का नहीं मारेगा. No one will try to attempt the questions जिसको कुछ नहीं आ रहा है. No one will try to attempt these questions. Please take calculated risk. You guys are mature enough to understand my words. What is calculated risk? Okay, take calculated risk, but don't attempt like any of the questions जो मुझे एकदम नहीं आ रहे. Okay, Soumya, we have done. Dhanashri, sir, what would be the last month? Sir, what should be the last month? The strategy for revision of all the subjects with GS, like giving mock test and solving PYQ, is enough, or we have to do something more? And what should we do? Please share with us. Dhanashri, I think the session was all about this. Revision, like last month strategy for revision of all the subjects with GS, like giving mock test. Yeah, all these things you should do. Yeah, you should do mock test. Everything should go hand in hand. Yeah, I said now, you please divide your day into different parts. Mock test in every 2 to 3 days, and this thing, what we say, GS portion daily. Okay. Thank you, sir. I'm in final year of MSc and preparing for a state thesis, and exam is in about 4 months. My syllabus is not complete yet, and the syllabus is same as UPSC. So how can I tackle my syllabus? Okay, Gio, I'm coming back to you. Please give me some time. Diksha Singh, sir, how many questions should we attempt in geology paper? I said, Diksha, try to attempt as many questions as you can, but again I'm saying, please कम questions मत करिएगा. Don't think like that कि I'm going to attempt only 60 to 70 questions considering I have only 100% accuracy. It will not happen like this. आप कितने भी questions करिए, गलत होने ही होने. No one will have 90 to 95% or 100% accuracy. So don't try to attempt less questions because the competition is increasing. But yeah, don't also try to attempt more questions like कि एकदम ही ज़्यादा कर दिए. Try to, you guys are mature enough. You are appearing for the exam. I guess you can get an idea about it कि कौन सा question मुझे attempt करना है, कौन सा question मुझे नहीं attempt करना. But yes, अगर आपको थोड़ा सा भी लग रहा है calculated risk, then you should go for it. What I suggest. मैं तो जाता था. Assistant के कितने पेपर अवेलेबल हैं? Vineet, I think 7 to 8 papers. 7 to 8 papers are available. Not less than 7 and not more than 10. In between that, 7 to 8 papers are available. You should go in the UPSC. You should go on the web UPSC. The website, it is there, available in UPSC website. All the papers. So please give the range of the question. Ma'am, what range should I give? Acha, I'm going to share my attempts. I attempted 106 questions in geology. 106. So अब आपको ये नहीं करना है कि मैंने इतना किया तो मैं भी इतना करूंगी. हो सकता है मैंने मेरे negatives it was around 16 to 17 if I'm not wrong, but हो सकता है आपके negative और कम हो. If you will attempt like 100 questions and you are getting 10 negatives, you are definitely going to score more than B. So that was my range of attempting the question, but don't totally be dependent on me. Please decide on the day of the paper how many questions you are like able to attempt, and you will get an idea by attempting mock. Sweetie, sir, what was your score in pre GS in geology? Sweetie, okay. In geology में out of 300 आपके कितने थे 2023 and 2024. Okay. In 2000, like starting from 2024, in geology I got 203 marks. And in GS I got 23 marks. And if you want to know my score in 2023, since it was my first attempt, so I attempted a less number of questions, say about 88 or 89, and my score was 170 in geology. And in GS, it was very less. It was somewhere around 19. So you should improve in GS, because the competition at that time there was not very much competition, but now the competition is increasing. Everyone is analyzing, and everyone is Sir, can you please share the Sanjay Akhori book? Yeah, I'll definitely share it. I'll definitely share it. Definitely. Any more questions? Please feel free to ask me. Please feel free. Yeah. What would be the expected cut? uh, Mr. Das, sorry, I'm unable to pronounce your name. I'll pronounce it wrong, but I'm calling you Mr. or Miss Das. We'll discuss it after your prelims paper, for sure. We'll discuss it, okay?
Any other questions? Sir has already shared all the like things in such a detailed manner. Still, anyone is having any doubt, you can feel free to ask.
Yeah, please feel free to ask. Apart from these guys who have been asking constantly, अगर और किसी को भी पूछना है, please. You can ask me anything, please.
No more questions? Yeah, we have another.
Okay. Sir, now should the focus be only on the full length mock test rather than sectional test? Yes, definitely. According to me, it should be more on the full length mock test. Definitely. Welcome. It will be my second attempt. Okay. When I'll get my 2024 attempt marks. Okay, Mr. Ghosh, the thing is that the site is not working. The marks are available. The marks of the previous attempts are available. Both the marks of recommended, marks information of recommended and non-recommended candidates, it is available. It comes simultaneously on the UPSC website, but the website is not working for few days. I think sir has mentioned already in the group that as soon as the website will be working, he will share the link.
Any other questions?
Can you please can you provide assistant geologist paper unable to find on the UPSC site? Okay, Vineet, I have to look for it, but I have the stuff because I have changed my phone. So if the data will be available, I will definitely share it. I think it is there on the website. Uh, okay, let me figure it out. Okay, I'll share it. Okay, Vineet, I'll share it. My question is written some minute ago. Please answer that question. Oh, what was your
It, so
question?
it was, I think, something about the state PCS.
Okay, state PCS. Okay. I got that. Please let me go. to your question again. Okay, sir, I'm in final year of MSc and preparing for a state PCS, and exam is in about 4 months. My syllabus is not complete yet, and the syllabus is same as UPSC. So how can I tackle my syllabus? See, Mr. Geo, everything is like for each and every exam, I consider previous year questions is the key, and revision is the key to success, and previous year questions are a key to analyze your thing. तो आप प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस को उठाइए, यू शुड थिंक फॉर द क्वेश्चंस, लाइक यू शुड एनालाइज द क्वेश्चंस एंड सी विच पार्ट you are lagging and try to cover the syllabus. You have 4 months left. I think in this 1 month time you should I'm talking about the geology portion. I don't know about the GS portion in PCS exam, or I think it carries a huge weightage, so I'm not going into that aspect because I have no idea. But in the geology portion, आप previous year questions उठाइए, उसको देखिए, you should analyze the questions, and उसके बाद जो है, जो subject आपको लग रहा है कि you are lagging behind, please do study these portion in this 1 month time. Try to cover the syllabus as much as you can, and then in last 3 months try to revise and revise, nothing else, just revise and attempt the questions. Which state can I know? कौन से स्टेट का एग्जाम है आपका?
It's Rajasthan, sir. Mention.
Okay, Rajasthan. Okay, so Rajasthan, they ask about the state geology. I have also given the paper for Rajasthan PCS for this technical assistant and Rajasthan hydrogeologist. Although my candidature, ma'am, it was rejected because I was not eligible. मेरा masters तब खत्म हुआ था. So
Okay.
last year my candidature was rejected. So they ask about the Rajasthan portion से वो बहुत पूछते हैं. The geology of Rajasthan, they used to ask about the groundwater aspect of Rajasthan. Groundwater is a very important thing in Rajasthan. So study the groundwater thing. What are the groundwater things of, what is the groundwater scenario of Rajasthan? You will definitely get questions from that.
Any other questions? Sir, any last minute tips you would like to give for the candidates?
Ma'am,
Any
I think
last?
I have discussed many of the
Yeah,
things with
all.
very not, but the last minute tip, what I think, what I feel sharing is that I say to each and everyone, please don't give up. This is the thing, each and everything would be worth it. Please don't give up. आप give up मत करिए, जितना आपसे हो पा रहा है, like please उतनी मेहनत करिए. खाना पीना, सोना, all these things could wait.
Yes.
थोड़ा बहुत ही कर सकते हो, वो कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो सकता है. But this last month, ये कभी वापस लौट के नहीं आएगा. And everything would be worth it. Everything would be worth it. You just mark my words, please. So if anything else can wait. Like someone asked about I'm going to college. Uh, Anything else can wait, but this 1 month will not wait. Like it is the most important. It is the golden time for you, and it will never repeat it again because आप नहीं जानते कि अगले साल कितनी वैकेंसीज आने वाली हैं. It will be notified somewhere in the month of September. और ज्यादा आएंगी, कम आएंगी. Like this time, if I'm not wrong, 67 vacancies are there. So 67 vacancies, there are like, it is a very good competition, because if we can make in 34 to 40 vacancies, 67 vacancies are just double of that. So this is a very good opportunity, and you never know. आप ये मत सोचिए कि हम 26 में प्रिपेयर कर लेंगे, ठीक है. You never know, हो सकता है कि 34 वैकेंसी से भी कम आ जाए. मैं डरा नहीं रहा, मैं ये नहीं कहना चाह रहा, बट पॉइंट इज दैट कंसीडर दिस 1 month एज योर लास्ट मंथ. यही मुझे करना है. एंड प्लीज प्लीज प्लीज, लाइक I'm really very sorry to mention this at the last, when only 30 people are there, 30 like students are there. I want to say that prelims is the important part of your selection. It is the most important part of your selection because it is absolute. यही आपके हाथ में है, बाकी मेंस और इंटरव्यू आपके हाथ में नहीं है. It is dependent upon the personality who is sitting around the table, or like who is evaluating your copy. So it is not in your hand. It will depend upon that person as well. But prelims is in your hand. Try to score as much as you can in prelims. make your selection interview and mains proof. परफॉर्म लाइक 80% ऑफ द सिलेक्शन यहीं से फिक्स कर दो कि मैं प्रीलिम्स में इतना ले आऊंगा कि 80% मेरा सिलेक्शन यहीं से फिक्स हो जाएगा. बाकी मेंस और इंटरव्यू विल लुक इनटू सम अदर
We
टाइम.
can yes.
यस मैम.
Okay, so I think we don't have any more questions or koi queries. Okay, so we should wind up then.
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. I think
So
yeah.
I think we are done with all the queries. And
Yes.
thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. And once again, many, many congratulations आपकी प्रोफेशनल फील्ड के लिए, प्रोफेशनल करियर के लिए.
Thank you so much ma'am. Thank you so much ma'am. It was like a very wonderful time interacting with all of you, especially you ma'am.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was
So
very fruitful for all of us also.
yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. Thank you
And
so much.
thank you all the students for joining with us today. And okay,
And I'm added in the group of Geo-Destination. You can contact me on WhatsApp or Telegram. Okay. So thank you so much. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you all, and good night all of you.
Right, ma'am. Right.